welcome to Media Day here at Garbury Gymnasium. We are with the basketball seniors. I'm going to have them introduce themselves and the positions that they play.
Cameron Darner, point guard.
Devin Seaver, shooting guard.
Guys, we've got a lot of high expectations, a lot of excitement circling around Piqua basketball. 8 seniors returning. Two of our 8 seniors returning. 2 basketball guys that generally love the game and are gym rats, I would say. Cameron, start with you. What's some of the expectations that you have for this 2021 season?
I think we have a chance to be pretty good with all the returning seniors. We got some good underclassmen as well, so I'm just looking for a good overall record at the end of the season.
Devin, let's talk a little bit about your perspective. I mean, that was a pretty good thumbnail, but I imagine you might have a little different answer, but something similar.
Yeah, similar to that. I'm excited. We have a lot of depth this year. 8 seniors, I'm really excited about that. Having 8 seniors is really exciting. And then we have lots of young guys that are going to be great too, so we're good.
Yeah, you talk about our leadership and seniors. We typically don't have that many, and this is a group that I know have really been looking forward to coming together. This will be Coach Grasso's 4th year, so you guys have been with Coach Grasso all 4 years. From last year to this year, what did you see that this summer really helped our program and helped you personally?
Personally, I think I was able to work on my shot a little bit more. I've always been trying to work on that. And then as a team, I think our teamwork, we got that chemistry down this summer. Helped a lot.
Well, this summer for you, and you're still in a recovery from an injury. Talk a little bit about what happened after basketball season for you, and then what that looked like for you in the off season.
So I had knee surgery, so there was a lot of physical therapy, a lot of recovery. But now we're almost cleared. We're getting back into the game a little bit. I'm allowed to shoot around now. And then, so I'm just ready for the season. I'm ready to be cleared, ready to get out there back with my team and play.
I'm sure you are. I'm sure the anxiety is really high. Let's talk a little bit about, real quick, if I can, what are some things you're looking forward to this year? Maybe some games, some moments that might be something for you, maybe individually, but even as a team. Cameron?
I think it's just good to be unified with our teammates. Our freshman year, we had a really good season, and we got a lot of the players back together this year. So I think we're going to do some good things out there, and I'm just ready for the big games like Troy, Sydney, Butler.
Oh, yeah, those are big ones. And right off the get-go, Butler, first game of the season.
Sydney, second game.
Second game. Yeah, so we're right out of the chute. There is no warming up here. We're ready to go, aren't we?
Yes, sir.
All right, Devin, what's your highlights for this year? What are you looking forward to?
Well, I'm equally excited for the big games. You know, Troy is always one of my favorite games of the entire year. We get really excited in the locker room, and we take that energy out on the court. So I'm looking forward to that most.
All right. Well, gentlemen, we certainly wish you guys luck. It's going to be an exciting season. The guys will start their first game December 2nd at Butler, and then they go at Sydney. So looking forward to great things. First home game is December 9th. Guys, thanks a lot. We wish you guys luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
With us right now is Coach Grasso, our head basketball coach, and here we are. The 2021 season looks a little different than it has in the past, but Coach, one important statistic that I think we should tell our television people, this is the class that you've been with since they've been freshmen for 4 years, and this is the senior class I know you've been looking forward to having.
Yeah, very excited about this group. As you mentioned, this is the first team that has been with me as a head coach for 4 years, and we're looking forward to, first of all, being grateful that we have the opportunity to have a season, and second of all, getting out there and showing what we got.
Coach, it's been an unusual offseason. You actually had a lot of time with the guys in the offseason, probably more than you would have, just because we've done a lot of workouts and things of that nature. With 8 seniors, there's a lot of expectations of leadership and so on and so forth. 8 seniors is a lot typically for a basketball team. Talk a little bit about our seniors before we get into talking about the season.
A special group of kids. They really put forth a great amount of effort into not just basketball, but really in the whole the athletic realm. I mean, these guys are multi-sport athletes, most of them, that have had success at a lot of different levels, and most importantly, they're really good kids, good students, and they're good leaders here on the court, but out there in the classrooms as well, so that's awesome.
Coach, the upcoming season, I know you're going to have your coaches show and you'll do a lot of breakdowns with Lloyd Shoemaker, the great Lloyd Shoemaker, but for you, what's some of the expectations that you have for this upcoming season?
The biggest thing that we look forward to this year, and for me personally, is just for our guys to come out and bring the great effort every single night. So we talked about this before our first scrimmage. It doesn't matter if we're in practice scrimmaging our junior varsity, scrimmaging each other, whether it's Greenville, we scrimmage Xenia tomorrow, or whether we're playing Akron, St. Vincent, St. Mary. We want to play the same way with the same energy and the same enthusiasm every night. So,
Coach, you have, but the Indian Nation community may not know is, like in some of the other sports, basketball will be playing an all MVL schedule. So our first game will be, I believe, December 2nd against Butler, at Butler, and then we go to Sydney. So we're on the road right from the get-go, and we play two teams that are pretty good.
Yep.
And right out of the chute, we play some teams, and I'm sure I know our guys. They'll be excited to play in both of those games. Obviously, it's an opener. But from a coaching's perspective, what's it like for you knowing that, hey, we're going to have to just coach within our bubble this year, so to speak, and for safety, and like you said, we're just grateful to play. But
sure.
Strategically, anything different from your perspective on that?
Well, as mentioned, we're focusing on us and how we play and working together as a team. So regardless of who we're playing, where we're playing, anytime, anywhere, we're going to roll it out there and give it the best we got. There are good teams in our conference. I believe it's a very comparable top-to-bottom league, and each night, we need to be ready to compete. Otherwise, we could get beat on a given night, and we could beat anybody on a given night. So it should be a really fun season.
Well, we expect the Indians to be in the thick of it, and Coach, we certainly wish you luck, and we know that the Indians will, in particular the basketball Indians, will have a successful year. We wish you luck.
All right, thank you.
With us now is our girls basketball seniors, and they're going to introduce themselves with their names and position.
I'm Andrea, and I'm a post.
Hi, my name's Carly, and I am a guard.
Guys, it's very exciting times. It's media day. It's hard to believe that we are right here in the midst of getting ready to start. We're almost a week away for you guys. What's the expectation of this season for you? You guys have coming off a couple of successful years, most wins that we've had in school history for girls basketball. What's some of the things that you're hoping for this 2021 year?
That we can keep it up with the winning season and just have a good season overall.
Yeah. Probably what's some of the expectations that you have for this team?
That we beat Butler and Sydney this year.
Yeah, Butler and Sydney. Well, I know those two are going to be obviously pretty good. The Indians hope to be in the thick of things. Andre, let's talk about individually for you. You're coming off an injury. You've been, last couple of years, you've kind of gone through the injury bug. Talk a little bit about that and what that's been like for you.
Well, it's been a struggle sitting and watching all the games and wishing that I could help, and now I'm all healed, and we're going to stay healed this year.
Yeah.
And I'm actually going to be able to help this year.
Yeah. I'm sure for you it's probably been difficult to watch, but now being a senior, being in the thick of things, I got to imagine that your excitement and anxiety for being anxious is got to be pretty high.
Yeah. Haven't been in it for a while. Got to get back into the swing of things.
I know you will. I know. Probably for you. What about you? I know individually, you're coming off soccer, had a great year, getting ready to transition into basketball. Is that a lot to do from soccer to basketball, or are you pretty geared up mentally for this season?
Soccer has definitely prepared me a lot to jump up for those rebounds. So hopefully I will get a lot of rebounds this year and my shooting percentage will go up.
Yeah. Well, I know this year for the Indians, we've got some younger players coming in. As seniors, what's that like knowing our younger people are going to be looking at you for some leadership?
It's a big role. We're going to have to teach them a lot of stuff because they're coming up freshman year. It's high school. They're going to have to step it up a little bit.
Yeah. How about you, Andrea?
We're just going to have to teach them and show them the ropes, how to handle varsity basketball.
Okay. Any particular game? I know you said Butler and Sydney. Is there any particular game that you're looking forward to this year?
First home game next week. Looking forward to it.
Darby Gymnasium, 1 week from today.
I'm looking forward to the Greenville game.
Oh, the Ville. All right. Well, we scrimmaged them last night, right? So we will see them as well here in the coming, I think, right before Christmas.
Yep.
All right. Well, ladies, we wish you well. Good luck. And we know come on out. You can check them out here at Garvey Gymnasium, and you could also catch them on the Indian Nation station. Guys, good luck this year.
Thank you.
We are now here at Media Day in Roosevelt Fieldhouse, historical Roosevelt Fieldhouse. I'm going to have these two wrestlers introduce themselves with their name and their grades.
Andrew Hallpeter, Jr.
Isaac Bushnell, Senior.
Now, Isaac, you have become a heck of a wrestler over the past couple years. You've improved dramatically from your freshman year all the way through to now. What do you think you've been working on the most to be able to achieve that?
Mostly strength and aggression. I think my key points are there. I don't think I'm a very extreme technical wrestler, but the aggression and the strength really helps me out on the mat.
Andrew, you didn't wrestle your freshman year, but you did wrestle in junior high school. I mean, I was your coach. But what are some of the things that you have been working on over the past year to better yourself in this room?
I'm a technique and conditioning. I can really go the whole match with all the technique that I've learned this past summer with Coach Bryant. And conditioning, I lost a few matches that if I had better conditioning, it would help me out.
What are some of your guys' goals going into this season? What is one thing that you really want to accomplish?
Well, one, I placed second at MVL last year, so my goal is to get first this year and win the conference title, and then to go all the way to state, qualify for state this year.
Bushy, what about you?
To get as many wins as possible and first place as possible.
Now, Isaac, you've been doing a lot of extra work, not only in the room, but outside of the room. What drove you to end up doing that?
Every time I lost, I just thought about all the hard work I didn't put in, and if I put in more hard work, that would translate onto the mat and get more wins, and just taking it more seriously as a whole sport.
Now, Andrew, you wrestle at a really tough weight class. I think you were 145 last year. You're probably still around there this year. And being in Division I, that weight class has always been a hammer. What are some of the things that you're going to have to do this year in order to be successful at that weight class?
Yeah, like I said, technique. I'm pretty strong for my weight class, but technique was something I improved on really big this summer, and I've been just working hard to get better technique and just out-wrestle every opponent I have.
Now, this is year, I believe, 3 here over at Roosevelt Fieldhouse. We used to have the wrestling rooms over at the junior high and in the high school, but now we're over here in this, and this is basically your guys' home. You've made this your guys' home. How do you think being over here differs from being over at the high school?
I think it's all about perspective and how you take it. I feel like the more space on the mat is nice. The move, well, that didn't really bother me. I just needed a place to get in here and get in work, so that's really all that matters to me.
What about you, Andrew?
Yeah, I like the move. I feel like it's our home. We get to come here, no one else does. We put in the work. It don't matter where it's at. We're just going to get better and continue to work hard and get better.
Isaac, you being a senior, what are some of your plans going into next year? Going to go to college? Going to go right to the workforce? What are you planning on doing?
I'm looking at the military, and I'm also looking at my options in college, but it's really undecided right now.
All right. Gentlemen, we wish you the best of luck in the upcoming season. Hopefully you guys get out there and get some pins for this team. We're going to come right back with the head wrestling coach, Coach K. Joining me now is the second longest tenured coach at Piqua City Schools, Scott K. And Coach K, this season is obviously going to look way different than years past. What are some of the things that you guys are doing to prepare for maybe another shutdown?
Well, we're hoping for not having shut down. We're grateful for having a chance at the season. That's our first thing. We've been talking about keeping ourselves protected once we're away from the team, to try to not contact or be in contact with anybody with COVID, to try to keep it out of our program, because we have a small team, so if we lose players for quarantine, that could be a problem for us.
Now, you guys got 11 kids, I think is what I counted, maybe 12 on the team this year. That's more than what we've had. We've got a lot of the junior high kids from last year that have come up on this team. What's the one thing that you're really looking forward to with these numbers on this team?
Well, I think one thing has been really good is that, all the kids in the room, junior high and high school, have benefited from our off-season training. So we've been going since June, probably had about 60 practices before season started. and it's been going over our drilling scheme and the basic skills that we want to be working on in the season. So I think everybody's kind of hitting the ground running once the season started. So I think we got a good base to build on.
Now, last season obviously ended right after districts. That's when this whole pandemic hit us. But, I mean, we had a really successful season, I would say, last year with Lance Reeves going all the way to districts, nearly making it to state. A couple great placers over at the MVL. You got those kids back. You didn't have any seniors last year. Tell me what that does to this program, knowing that you've got everybody coming back and the experience is still in the room.
Yeah, unfortunately, we haven't had seniors for a couple years now. So we don't lose people, but you like that leadership in the room and people sticking with the program. We do have guys coming up through the program now that we feel like are committed and are going to stick with it in the long run. So those guys, as they get older, are gaining more experience and are setting good examples for the younger kids. Setting high expectations with what they accomplish. So as we build our team, from year to year, we're going to get more and more leadership in there from kids with great experience.
Coach, the rise of girls wrestling all around the country and especially here in Ohio has made its waves through here. We've got 1 or 2 girls now on the high school team, a junior and a freshman. What do you think the rise in girls wrestling does for the sport?
Well, I mean, the more people, girls have been getting into wrestling just in a small number, and then they've kind of embraced that and have tried to develop a girls program separately from the boys. And it can only help the sport. The more people are involved, the better. And now the girls have, their own venue to compete against each other, and also against the boys during the regular season too. And there's girls tournaments starting to mix in as well. With COVID, who knows what we're going to be able to do, but it's great for the sport. I think the more you get involved, the better. And for girls to have a separate experience, amongst themselves, even better.
Coach, your move over here to Roosevelt Fieldhouse, I believe this is year 2 or 3 here at Roosevelt Fieldhouse, second year. So how do you think that move has impacted the work ethic and getting guys in here to the program?
Well, I think it's really nice. School sets us up with transportation from the building over here, and then we're able to, instead of having to worry about who's be able to get to practice. The facility's great for us, works perfectly for us, so we have plenty of mat space and some other equipment donated by the schools, and it just works really well for us.
Coach, we want to wish you all the luck in the world in this upcoming season. I know I want to wish you all the luck in the world. Coach Scott Kay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to move over to swimming now, where Chip Hare will take it back over.
Thank you.
With us now are our girls senior swimmers. I'm going to let them introduce themselves and the events that they swim.
I'm Colleen Cox. I swim 50 free and 100 free.
I'm Gracie Clark. I swim 500 free and 200 back.
Yeah. Well, Gracie, welcome back to the program. You've been out for a couple years. You're back. What's it like to be back now as a senior into the swim program?
It's fun. It's something different. It's changing it up since I've taken the last couple winters off, so it's different.
I'm going to ask you a very personal question, if you don't mind. Just between you and I. I'm just teasing. What's it like to have your mom as a coach and being on the deck with you?
It's fun. Betsy usually helps me the most during practice because my mom's working with the newer swimmers. But I've coached with my mom actually during the summers. We teach the little kids, so I've worked with her for swim for a long time, and she knows her stuff, kind of. So I guess so.
Well, it's good to have you. What a good way to go out on your senior year.
Thank you.
Colleen, your senior year, you've been waiting all year for this. You've been bugging me. Are we going to have a swim season? And here we are. Media Day. What's it like for you knowing this is your senior year and this is your sport?
I'm just ready to get the season going. I'm excited to see how well I do and hope I make it to state if we have state. But
let's talk a little bit about Colleen. Last year you had a big year.
Yeah.
You got to districts twice. MVL champion. What was that like for you, just as a junior, accomplishing those goals?
I mean, it really boosted my confidence and pushed me to want to be better. and then especially push me for higher goals this year so I can make it to state this year.
Last year you're in the districts, and the second time you look like you're much more comfortable than you were the first time you went. It's back-to-back, you've been there. So obviously the goal is to get to state this year. What are some of the things that you think time-wise you're going to have to do to accomplish that goal?
Well, every year state qualifier times get like faster and faster, so I'd definitely say I need like a low 24, if not a 23 high. But I think I can do it, so.
I have no doubt that you can do it. And you're defending your MVL championship this year.
Yes, I better get it.
Yeah, I'm sure so. Well, I'm going to ask you guys just one quick thing before we close. What are some of the things you look forward to this year? What is it, a particular meet, or is there a goal that you're hoping to achieve this year, Gracie?
I look forward to just hopefully having some good meets and getting our relay back together after a few years not having it. So it should be good to have another relay. That's my favorite part.
Absolutely. Colleen, I know goal-wise for you it's the state, but is there anything else that you're looking forward to in this particular year?
I'm just looking forward to actually having a season and finishing it. So.
Operative word, finishing. Very good. Ladies, we certainly wish you guys luck, and I know it'll be a good year for both of you guys. All right, we're going to go on, and we're going to talk to Coach South and Coach Clark. With us now are coaches, Coach Betsy South and Coach Lisa Clark. And ladies, here we are, 2020 season. It's upon us. Questions were asked, are we going to have a season? Here we are. Media day. Our kids look excited to be here. What's it like from your standpoint as a coach to see the kids enthusiastic about what the upcoming year?
It's very exciting for us to see the kids in the pool. They're all excited to be here, all excited to work hard, and we can't wait to get started with the meets.
Yes. Coach Clark, for you, this is an opportunity for you to see what we can do in the pool, but also if we can talk a little bit about your role. You spend a lot of time with our beginning swimmers, people that need to get some fundamental instruction. Talk a little bit about what that looks like in practice for you.
Well, in practice, we are looking at some different techniques as part of the strokes, tearing those apart, and just doing some drills to get those so that they're legal and so that they're very effective in the water.
Yeah. Well, and for some of those that we have some, like we talked to Colleen earlier today and your daughter Gracie, they're a little bit more advanced. But we have some kids that come in that swim a little bit but don't really spend a lot of time with swimming. So techniques is important and fundamentals are important.
Absolutely, yes. We went over some drills the other day just to make sure that they can do some touches and turns correctly, because if you swim, down and back, and then all of a sudden you do one little thing, then the race is irrelevant. It's illegal. So.
Well, that's a very important role, and we appreciate you taking time to explain that. Coach, talk about bigger picture things. Here we are, we're getting ready for a season that starts here in just a few weeks. We're actually going to have a few more home meets this year because of COVID. Right now, the state says that we can only do dual meets mostly.
Correct.
So that's going to allow us to host a couple more meets than we typically do.
Yes.
We'll have one in December, one in January, and actually one in February.
Correct.
That gives our kids a chance to swim in their home pool a little bit. I'm sure that's something they look forward to.
They do look forward to swimming in their home pool for sure. Lots of practice going on here, so it definitely gives them a little bit of a benefit. And I do think they enjoy swimming here for their meets.
Yeah. Coach, from your perspective, what's it like in a scenario last year where it's a little different, that you don't have your invitationals to go to and things? How as a coach, what's your strategy, not necessarily in terms of the wins and losses and the piece of it, but what's your strategy in terms of scheduling and then also just practice in general and keeping the girls and the guys' interest?
Scheduling has been a little bit difficult this year with no invitationals, and not a lot of places can hold dual meets. We're lucky that the Y here will let us have a few meets, and we just keep the kids going and trying to get them to improve each and every time they swim. Not about winning that race, but improving their time and making it fun for them.
Coach Clark, I did ask your daughter a little bit, what's it like to have your mom on the pool deck with you, and she had some very good answers about, the two of you spend time coaching together in the summer, and her senior year, it's a nice way to finish. What's it like for you to have a daughter now that you're coaching and having a chance to spend that last senior year with her? Got to be memorable for you.
Oh, absolutely. I'm very proud of her. She's done a fantastic job all throughout her years of swim, and it's great to see her back in the water. I think it's something she really does enjoy, and to be part of it's pretty great experience for me too.
Well, it's good to have her back, and I know for you guys, we'll go through the new challenges of what COVID will bring us, but it's just nice to have our kids in the pool.
Absolutely.
It definitely is.
We wish you guys all the best.
Thanks.
Thank you.
With us now are our boys senior swimmers. I'm going to have them introduce their names and the events that they swim.
I'm Michael Schweitzer. I swim freestyle and breaststroke.
My name is Colin Hutton. I also swim freestyle and breaststroke.
I'm Gabe. I swim freestyle, breaststroke, backstroke, and fly.
Gabe, let's talk about this year. It's a little unusual. We weren't sure was this going to happen. Aren't we going to happen? Here we are, media day. It looks like our season's going to take off.
I just hope it doesn't get canceled. I really do want to swim. I want to see if I can get that gold this year. That's what I'm just waiting for.
Let's talk about it. What's your goal for this year?
My goal for this year is just get a shorter time, faster. I want to get really, 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 really fast and just wipe the competition.
Wipe the competition. Just in case people don't know, these guys are brothers and twins. So, Michael, while you're similar, you're also different.
Yes. Yes.
What is, well, first of all, what are some of the goals that you have for this year?
I also want to shave off a lot of time. I also want to work on my body, getting fit.
Any particular meet that you look forward to?
Me, our home one. I want to support our team.
Yeah, and we get 3 home meets this year, guys, and that's something that you're going to get one in December and January and February, and we're looking forward to seeing that. Something that you might be looking forward to this year.
I'm also looking over to shave some time, just get faster, mainly in breaststroke though.
Okay. Well, gentlemen, we certainly wish you guys luck. We're going to see you on the Indian Nation Station for the first time ever. We're going to have a swim meet right here on the Indian Nation Station. We look forward to having you guys here, and wish you guys all the best. With us is longtime head coach Craig Miller of our boys bowling team. And Craig, here we are 2021. It's going to look a little different, but we're going to get a season off.
Yeah, we're about to get the season on. We got about 2 weeks and the season will kick off. We got our opening match against Butler this year. Got a pretty strong team this year. We had a good tryout. A lot of good scores during the tryouts, and got a lot of returning lettermen this year.
What's interesting about this team is, and as storied as the team as you have, you don't have any seniors. And that's interesting because we've got a veteran group coming back.
Yeah, we graduated 2 seniors last year, and we had 3 sophomores and 2 freshmen last year. So then we pulled up another freshman this year. It's pretty decent. So we should have a pretty good squad this year.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think if people haven't followed Piqua bowling, we've had a fairly successful program. And the interesting historical fact about Piqua bowling is you've been the coach since the start of the program that it started back. What year was that? 2006?
It was 2006, 2007 season. Yep.
Yeah. So here we are. You're going into your 14th year. Does it seem like it's been 14 years?
No, not really. I mean, I lose track of the years. I mean, I see kids out in town that have bowled for me over the years, and it's kind of hard to pick out the year that they actually bowled and when they graduated. But it's been a good time.
Craig, one more question before we wrap it up. What are you looking forward to this year? Any particular thing that you're looking forward to this year, particularly as you're going into into a situation where we're just bowling against MVL schools?
Well, I like the idea that the schedule's changed and we get to bowl both teams home and away this year. That is a bonus, whereas last year, we go up against a tough team in their house and they know the shot and we don't, and it's kind of hard to catch up sometimes, but that'll be a benefit this year. A downfall is, a lot of these kids really enjoy going to tournaments, and so not being able to go to a tournament this year is going to be disappointing for them, but
Well, as we hope that we can get to the point where we can get to the sectional tournament. I know we will do our best to control the spread, and I know you're doing a good job of keeping our kids masked up and socially distanced. Has that been a challenge for you, just real quickly before we close?
Most of the kids, they realize and understand, and they put their mask on. They're diligent about wearing them in practice. Some of the newer changes, we're only allowed to have one ball on the rack at a time, so when they have to pick up their spare ball, they're doing a good job in practice of doing that and following the protocols that OHSA has put forward for us.
Great. We certainly wish you luck. We certainly wish you luck this year.
All right.
And Indian Nation Station is going to do something new this year. We're going to get bowling matches on the Indian Nation Station. So
great.
Tune on in here, and I know there'll be a lot of people I know interested in watching that. So good luck this year, Coach.
Thanks.
With us now are our leaders for our boys bowling team. I'm going to have them introduce themselves with their names and the year that they're at.
Ryan Flesher, and what do you mean year that I'm at?
Junior. That a boy, Ryan.
Ethan Snyder, junior.
All right. Ryan, I'm sure it's been disappointing, but you've got to be happy that you're at least having the opportunity to bowl.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot different though.
Well, one of the things that Coach was talking about was you're actually going to get to go home and home, where last year, if let's say you bowled Butler, it was at their place. Now you're going to get to bowl them at their house and at your house. Do you find that to be something that's different and a little bit more interesting?
Yeah, because usually you're going to be like, say we bowl Sydney at the beginning of the season, usually you'll bowl them at the end of the season, so it's not like you could be like way better next time you play them, but now we're just going to be the same both times we play them probably.
Ethan, from your perspective, what's this season look like for you? What are some of the expectations you have for this team?
I feel like we got really good expectations this year. When we practiced, started off, we all hit 215s easy, and I'm just happy this year I actually get a bowl. Junior year for football really didn't end out the way I wanted to, and I'm just happy to finish this year, hopefully.
Ethan, let's talk a little bit about maybe a match that you're looking forward to. Is there a particular match or a moment that you're looking forward to this year that for a goal for yours?
I'm just hoping my first match is going to be my best, so I can start off with a bang and start getting the season on the right foot.
Oh boy, right from the get-go. How about you, Ryan? Any match that you're looking forward to seeing?
Probably Troy.
Troy?
Yeah.
That's always a big one for the Indians. But they're all big.
Yeah.
They are all big, yeah. Ryan, any personal goals for you this year?
I don't know.
Just glad to be here.
Yeah.
Attaboy. All right. Well, hey, can I comment respectfully about the mullet? I really like it. The 80s are back.
We all do.
You gotta love it. Yeah, I love it. Ryan, good luck to you. Right. Ethan, good luck to you guys. I know it's going to be looking forward to. We're actually going to get your game. We're actually going to get I think we got 3 matches that are going to be on the Indian Nation Station. So we're going to break new records this year.
100%.
All right. Good luck, guys.
Thank you.
With us now is our head girls bowling coach, Jason Jenkins. And Jason, a little different year, as Coach Miller and I talked about. It brings some challenges, but maybe some new things. What are some things that you're maybe looking forward to this year that we haven't had before?
I'm looking forward to having a competitive team. We're always looking to improve and stuff like that and have fun while we're doing it. I mean, it's a trying time, but we got to have these girls involved and focused. And
just have the girls engaged and participating. I mean, that's just a huge lift for them.
Right. And go ahead.
Well, one of the things that Coach had talked about, and even some of the guys were talking about, was the bowling. While there's some disappointments that we can't get in some of those tournaments, we're going to have a home-on-home opportunity that before we bowled the team once, now we're going to have a chance to bowl twice, and it'll be at their house and then once at our house. That's something too to gauge some improvement.
Yes, because a lot of these teams don't have wood lanes, so they're coming in here all blind because most of your lanes are synthetic. We're one of the few houses around here that have wood lanes, so the girls our bowlers should have a lot of advantages of bowling here because they're used to it and know how the ball works and know how to pick up spares and move around and adjust to these lanes compared to everybody else.
One quick question before we close. We talked about the masks, and bowling's got some different ones where you have to bowl with the mask. It's one of the few sports that you have to actually. How the kids been with that so far in practice, and how they've been adjusting?
They've been adjusting quite well. every once in a while we'll have to remind them to keep the mask up and while you're bowling. I mean, I know it gets hot underneath those, but they're adjusting quite well with it. I mean, they don't seem to have a problem with wearing them, so we're good with that.
Coach, we wish you luck. We know good things will happen for the girls this year, and we'll look forward to watching on the Indian Nation station.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach. Thank you. With our lone senior bowler this year, I'm going to have her introduce herself.
Jasmine Gilardi.
Jasmine, glad to have you here today, and you made it to your senior year bowling. Talk a little bit about the goals. What are some of the goals that you have for this year?
We have a lot of new girls, so I kind of just want them to get used to what's going on and like not be scared to bowl their own way, because some girls do get like that, and I just want them to have fun with it and keep going after I leave.
Is there a particular match that you're looking forward to this year?
Greenville.
Something they're looking forward to? Why
Greenville? Because every year they kind of talk trash, and every year we kind of
they do that?
Yeah, we kind of go against them, and sometimes it's really close. There's some years where they're winning, and then we come right back at the end and we beat them, and then sometimes we lose, but it's all in the game. So
the Wave and the Indians, it's on this year. All right. Hey, real quick before we roll, you were an athletic trainer transitioning into bowling. What was that like? Did you enjoy that this year?
yeah, it was fun. I got to talk to a lot of the girls that did it. They were fun to talk to, and we always had fun doing it. And there was never a down day. Even on the last game of football, with the delay and everything, we still had fun sitting there talking to each other.
Well, we certainly wish you luck this year, and I know it'll be a good year for you.
Thank you.
Good luck.